Layers of fabric to get the color outlining each petal, and it's primarily raw edge machine applique with a lot of texture with the hand stitching with pearl cotton. I guess the challenge was really to make it look real, and the petals on the top flower are free from the backing, and they're lots of stitching around the edges to hold the petals together as well.
I was the last one to get the packet, and I'm one of the last ones, 11:59. To see it. It's all needle turn applique. It's not my technique because I couldn't wash it afterwards. There's painting in here to highlight some of the, you can't really see it in the photographs, but all of it, a little bit of machine quilting just for emphasis of the paint strokes. But my subject matter was, I chose a color to go with the blue. And I wanted to do, I did research on him, and his mother was his inspiration for his appreciation of nature and painting and art and just beauty. So I wanted to do a theme of flowers, posies for Anna. Anna is his mother. And so it enabled me to choose the beautiful pink of Cherrywood. This is my first love of Cherrywood, was this color right here. So it's a little bit of me in there too. And then the different colors of grains and whatever. And then just behind the scenes, I fused all these little pieces to simulate the strokes. They kept popping off. Well, you know, it's midnight. It's like really cute. So I'm like, oh my God, I gotta put a stitch in every single one of those. And I don't want to do it with my machine. I want to do it by hand. My husband kept going, aren't you finished yet? Aren't you finished yet? Aren't you finished? I said, no, there's a couple more in there. So that's when I had to go around all of it and hand stitch.
It's Van Gogh's bedroom, and I really could imagine him sleeping on a little bed, so I got blue yellow pillows and I wanted the red. And I started with painting, and then I copied it kind of, and then made templates out of that. So the first thing I made was beds. As a separate unit, I made the bed and did some machine embroidery on the bed. And then I composed the room. Added some more machine embroidery back there, and I wanted my window to be different than the one in the painting because I wanted to see the starry night and the cypress trees and his little portraits out there. Now, what happened is after I got that all done, I read the directions. And the direction says it had to be a certain percentage, mostly of the blue, and otherwise I'd get disqualified. So all I kept on thinking, oh no, I don't want to be disqualified, I got too much blue. I mean, not enough blue. So the bed was all yellow, you know. So what I did is I decided, well, I'll make a little quilt, and this is a real little quilt, and tack it to the end of the bed, so now he has a quilt when he goes to bed. And I now have disguised a bunch of the yellow. So I hope and these pictures were originally little embroidery, sunflowers and landscapes and things, but I needed to add more blue, so I redid them with blue. And last year I happened to have been in the Van Gogh Museum, and it picked up those little buttons. And so now we have Van Gogh's portraits, because he likes to make it.
All right, this is my quilt of Joseph Roulin. He was a subject in a lot of Van Gogh paintings, and I think it's interesting that in the collection there are 3 postmen, and we are all here today. So that's kind of neat. I was very interested in reading about his relationship with this man. When he first met him, he wrote to Theo that he met this fine peasant, sturdy, kind of, you know, white bread, meat and potatoes guy. and when he was painting him at that point, he was plainer. He was a little more dreary, I thought, in my eyes. But as their relationship grew over the summer and over the months, the pictures of Roulin became more elaborate, and this is painted near the end of that summer by the time they were good friends, and his beard is so flamboyant. As far as how I made this, I hand pieced the hexagons. In the painting, there are 3 red flowers, here and there, there. And the whole background is supposed to be green, but of course, can't do green in a blue cherrywood, so it's blue. And this was my first real attempt at needle felting. As I say in the book, I knew exactly how I wanted to do it. I couldn't wait to do it. This side just fell right into place. This side couldn't do a thing with it. It went here, it went there, all around. So just like here, you know, sometimes you can and sometimes you can't.
That's exactly right. Very good.
You heard me mistakenly say that Van Gogh painted cherry blossoms because I'm from the United States, and I just couldn't quite remember. So I did Texas red buds. And the small group that I'm in made us do goals last year, and one of my goals was I had to actually finish 3 pieces in a technique of any teacher I paid to attend her classes. So Andrea Brokenshire, her confetti background. So it is just all confetti on it. And then another instructor, just a little bit of paint. And I want to tell you, after seeing some of these pieces, my paintbrush is coming out big time next time. So a very simple piece. This is my first Cherrywood challenge that I participated in. And just had me a good old time doing it. I just had fun.
All of my life, and this is kind of a dream tour that I've always wanted to do. I wanted to get the Starry Night, the wheat fields with crows, and the cypress. So I kind of always, my first sketch didn't turn out right. I wanted to do the ocean with cheesecloth and stuff, but it didn't work. So I tried this one again. I just did like Wonder under fabric and just cut. And then I tried to catch it all with the quilting, and then lots of beading. And the golds are left over from the Lion King challenge. Yeah. So.
This is my first Cherrywood challenge, and the first Van Gogh I ever saw was in Boston Museum of Art, and it was of the Postman, which I believe is still there, this particular. And so I thread painted the face and the hands. And how I did that was I sketched it, inked it, went to my sewing machine with straight stitch, and just pretended I was painting. And did it that way and kept going and going. And then his outfit's all pieced, and I was running out of this, and I had to cut a piece over here and hope it didn't show. And then I was trying to calculate to make sure it was 60%. But, and it was the biggest challenge for me was, I'm a realist, and he used different colors in the face, and I took liberty and changed the eyes a little bit because he didn't put the sparkle in the right spot. I was gonna, you know, it's a good thing, you know. But anyway, I loved it. I'm excited. I still can't believe I'm here and I got it.
This is actually called Van Gogh
was the Zanza Shines. In 2016, my husband and I celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, and he surprised me with a trip to Amsterdam. And while we were there, we loved doing living history museums, so we went to Zanza Shines, which has some of the oldest working windmills in Holland, still working on site. And this is inspired by that visit. I decided to try some new techniques, a lot of the cutting out all the little itty bitty pieces, thousands of those, and then this is all thread work, so that it does freestand. That was new. Unfortunately, everyone asked me if it spins, and I could not figure out how to make it spin. And then, because Van Gogh was so much into movement at night, I tried to recreate that with the longer pieces in the sky, and then the shorter pieces were the reflections down the water. And every step, if you ever do another challenge, and I regret not doing this on other ones, but take pictures as you go, because as my progression, every time I added on more pieces, it was looking neater and neater and neater. And it was just really cool to see it develop. And I also used Steamacine 2 Light because it's double stick, so I could put a piece down if I didn't like the coloration, I could peel it off and then redo it. And then I had to use both my husband and my son to peel that away from the paper and lift it and put it on the background of the fabric, so this has a fabric base underneath it. And I have a little bit of beading on it, and then on the back, on my label, as Carla mentioned on the bus, there is a picture printed on fabric of our admission pass to the Van Gogh Museum 2 years ago. My last trip to Amsterdam, and we'd gone to Noonan and seen his work and the potato eaters. It was so dark. And so then when he went to Paris, you know, just the color just struck me. And this one particularly spoke to me. And I'm pretty much of a realist also. It's a stretch for me to do artsy. But I did this like a puzzle. So each piece is the light and darks of the painting, and then I would cut out each piece, layer it on as I just sort of worked my way up and did his face last. And I'd work for a little while, and then I'd have to go lay down and take a nap.
My name is Nancy Huchison. I'm originally from Michigan, live in Atlanta now, and I'm here with both of my children. That's my son back there with the camera, and my daughter Liz, that you can't see because she has the camera in front of her face. When I found out this was going to be displayed here, Liz lived in Gonadabad and taught English, so we are familiar with the area, and we bring our own travel agent, and she's fluent. So these colors are my favorite ones of all the Cherrywood challenges. Actually I've done all of them. And this is my favorite color combination. And this gold, that gold is Lion King gold. Yeah. Yep. And I also based this on Jan that spoke to us in the previous room, that same photo, the bedroom at Arles. This is the chair.
Oh, yeah.
And I enjoy freeform piecing. This is all pieced. And what's really fun is these look a lot like H's to me, and our last name is Huchison.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, yeah.
So this, I really enjoy this piece. I'd like to add a little bit of hand stitching. I'm definitely a machine quilter, but there's just a few little bits of hand stitching, which I really enjoy adding. I think it adds a lot to the texture of the piece. And I like doing those really skinny little which is not hard at all, but boy, that, I think it really adds a lot to the design. Then I quilted it in big concentric curls. And that, I quilted that on my regular Bernina, not the big machine.